Good morning there, Year One, and welcome to your English lesson today. Before we begin, I want to see if you can remember from our geography lessons what our 4 seasons were. Okay, so pause the video here and have a go at thinking what are the 4 seasons, and you can jot them down. Pause the video now. Welcome back. Do you think you got them all? Shall we see? So the first season is spring. And then after spring follows summer. Did you get those two? Brilliant. And after summer, so when summer's kind of coming to the end, then we have autumn. Brilliant. And then after autumn, we have winter. And then it starts all over again. After winter comes spring, and then summer, autumn, winter again, back to spring. Brilliant, well done. So with this week, we are going to be focusing on our wonderful weather. But what we're going to be doing is following on from our geography that we did on Friday, we are going to be creating a weather report, and you are going to be a weather forecaster. How exciting is that? Let's continue then. So our wonderful weather. Today we're going to be identifying a range of weather language. Now, to be successful at this, you're going to notice words that mean the same, synonyms, and you're going to spot weather-related words in a text. So I'm going to be reading you a story today. Okay. So I'm going to be reading you, let me move my picture there, this story called All Year Long, and it's in your Rising Stars, and I'm going to set this for you, so you've got to read it. Not you've got to read it, you've got it there to read, sorry. I'm going to read this book to you because it's all about the different seasons. It's a poetry book, which I think is beautiful, and we're going to be having a look at the different way that they describe the seasons. Look out for that weather language, okay? You're going to need that one. Excellent. So let's read, shall we? Let me end this show here, and I shall get... Oh, that's not the one. There we go. Okay, let's make that bigger. Brilliant. All year long. I'm going to put myself down there actually because it's probably better for reading. Okay. Spring trees. Blossom drifts down like pink, soft pink rain. What a lovely way to describe the blossom, isn't it? So is the blossom pink rain? No, it's just the little flowers and the little petals that are fluttering down that looks like soft pink rain fluttering down. It drips from the trees and drops into the drain. Now, by school, there's quite a lot of blossom trees. Have you ever seen it when you can see all the pink petals on the floor? It makes like a beautiful carpet, like confetti it is. Pick up an umbrella and a hat and a coat. If the pink pond gets deeper, you might need a boat. So they're saying there that there's lots of petals, but also in spring we do get a lot of wind and rain. So they're thinking about the rain that we might have too, but they're thinking that they've got lots of pink petal rain, haven't they? So they're linking it to the same idea of what happens in the spring season. How lovely. Let's move on. Summer Hill. Will you run with me to the top of this high hill? There the sun is boiling hot, and the air is clear and still. Oh, I do love sunny days. Do you love sunny days too? When the sun is high up in the sky and it's really warm and there's not a cloud in the sky and it's beautifully blue. It does feel quite clear in the air then, doesn't it? And it smells nice and fresh and lovely. I was looking at this picture too. I really love this picture. All of these beautiful meadow flowers. They're lovely. There's a cornflower and there's some buttercups and some poppies and some daisies. We often see those flowers around in summer, don't we? And summer is often very dry. We don't get a lot of rain, not like spring. Summer's often very dry. But these flowers, they can grow in lots of places. So that's really good. I hear the insects buzzing in the flowers at my feet. Yes, if you take a look, I can see ladybird, bee, butterfly. I wonder how many bees you can see, butterflies, ladybirds, and I can see a dragonfly. Now also there's these birds in the sky here. Can you see them? These birds are called swallows. And in the summer, swallows will be flying around everywhere, and you can notice them because they have this very unique tail. It's a bit like a V. It kind of goes a bit like that. And when it's very warm, the swallows will fly really high in the sky. And a little tip here, if you know it's going to rain, the swallows will be flying really low because they are looking for shelter. They're looking for somewhere quick to fly into to keep away from the rain and to keep dry. Let's continue. The sights and the smells of summer are green, fresh and sweet. Oh, I do love summer. I definitely think it is. Definitely smells beautiful, sweet, lush and green. September. September. I wonder what season we're in now in September. I wonder if we can find out. We are looking out for conkers dropping in the wood. So the leaves are dropping, conkers are dropping. Have you worked out what season we're in now? That's right, we're in autumn. Summer has just ended, but September can be good. So if we have a look at some of these leaves here, can you see they're starting to turn orangey brown colours? And we've got lots of orangey yellowy colours on the floor. Yellow leaves up here in the trees. In autumn, that's when the trees start to lose their leaves, ready for winter. Winter moonlight. The moon looks down at me as frost cools the air night. Oh, it's getting a little bit chilly now, isn't it? If we have a look at what the people are wearing here, they have hat and scarf and gloves on. And I see this like almost glittery thing on the bushes. What do you think that glittery thing could be? It's frost, isn't it? When we see frost and ice outside, it can look almost sparkly and glittery. A fox darts past a winter tree and creeps into her lair. And her lair is where she lives. It's nice and warm with her babies inside. The distant stars are burning, little, sharp and bright, but the cool, clear moon is the queen of the night. And it's a lovely big full moon there, isn't it? Do you notice something very different about the trees? When we think back to the first part, what did those trees have on them? That's right, they had lots of blossom. Do you remember the blossom was like rain coming down? They've all gone now. The blossom has gone and the leaves have gone. But what did I say earlier? After winter follows spring, so that it will be back again very soon. It does look very cold there, doesn't it? Very frosty and cold. Also, there's no clouds in the sky. When there's clouds in the sky, it actually makes it a little bit warmer. Where here, it's a bright, clear night. And that's why they can see the distant stars, little, sharp and bright, because there's no clouds there. Excellent. Okay, let's go back to our lesson. All right. I've got a couple of words that I just want to go through with you, okay? So in the book, it said, the sun is boiling hot. So we're going to talk about that word, boiling. Did you know it's an adjective? That's right, it's a describing word. And the definition, that means its meaning is very hot. So we can use that word in different sentences, such as, I wish I'd worn something cooler. I'm boiling. Do you ever say that when you're at school and you've been running around and you've got your jumper on and you get really hot and boiling? Or we could also say, we don't usually have such boiling hot weather. Now, this is the word I wanted to discuss with you. Synonyms. Can you say that word? Synonyms. Brilliant. So synonyms means words that have the same meaning. So they're words that have the same meaning as boiling, but they're just different words that we could use. And we're going to be thinking about that over this week. So instead of using boiling, another word that means the same is hot. It's so hot outside. It's so boiling outside. Scorching. We're due for another scorching summer day. Scorching. Or we could say we're due for another boiling hot summer's day. Blistering. We've had blistering heat this week. We've had boiling heat this week. And sweltering. She won the race despite the sweltering heat. So those synonyms are words that mean the same, but you could use them instead of boiling. And I've got another one as well. The word cool. And the book quote was, as frost cools the night air. And that word is also an adjective. Like I said, we're going to be looking at these words and using them over the week. So the definition for that is slightly cold. So it's not cold or freezing yet, it's just slightly cold. So we could use it by saying, for example, it was a lovely cool evening. You could also use it in a different way. How do you manage to look so cool? That means not very hot in this hot weather. So the synonyms, that means the words that mean the same, could be cold. It's cold outside. You could say, it's cool outside. Bitter. Wrap up warmly, it's bitter outside. Wrap up warmly, it's cool outside. Freezing. It's absolutely freezing in here. It's absolutely cool in here. That doesn't sound right, does it? Let me put it in a different way. It's very cool in here. Sometimes we might have to change sentences around to make sure that they sound right. And by saying them out loud, you can hear, does that sound right? Biting. That's a really good word. So it's not like something biting something. It's as if the cold is kind of nipping at your skin because it's so cold. The biting wind blew in her face as she opened the door. It feels like little pinpricks all over your face and your body. Icy. An icy wind whistled across the plain. Okay. Now then, I have some questions that I would really like you to answer for me. They are on your worksheet. So you can either have a look at the book on your Rising Stars or go back through this video. Okay? And I want you to answer these 4 questions. How did the blossom drift down? What did the air feel like on Summer Hill? In September, which season had just ended? And who is the queen of the night sky? So you're going to have a go now, children, at answering those questions for me. You can have a look through your book again on Rising Stars all through this video. And I really look forward to seeing your answers and then getting ready to move on to thinking about our weather forecast in the next couple of days. You take care now, and I shall see you very soon.